who here is looking forward to RedFall? You know, the kind of looks like a loot shooter type of game from Arcane. I myself going to hold reserve on this game. I'm more excited for something like a Dishonored 3, maybe even perhaps a Deathloop 2. I don't know if that will happen. They actually confirmed that they're linked. So it's going to be interesting how they go on that. But considering what's going on in the industry right now, especially retaining to Xbox, there's been a lot of speculation on when these games are coming out. We got Starfield, RedFall, Forza. These games are supposed to be out in the next 4 or 5 months, but we have no release dates at all for none of these games. So it looks like RedFall might have had its date leaked. Now, it's not going to be a specific street date, but it does look like we might have a month date, exactly when it will come out. There is a couple, caveats to this. This individual that leaked this, he has a decent little track record, it looks like. He seems to be up to no one on, Arcane for that matter. He's probably got some buddies over there in Bethesda. Well, let's go ahead and go into this. Now, I'm going to go over his original tweet, and then we're going to go over his previous tweet, the one that he just showed. So let's get into the previous tweet. Now, as you can see here, it's Omni Games. I probably butchered his name there, but that's fine. Let's keep going. Now, this was October 6th, 2022, so a little over 2 months ago. He said, exclusive. Arcane open world vampire shooter RedFall is scheduled to release at the end of March, according to sources. A week early access to release is also planned for a pre-order or deluxe edition owners. Now, all that pretty much means look, you're going to be able to get this at the end of March when it comes to Game Pass. And if you want it a little sooner, you can, buy the deluxe edition. Microsoft is definitely not the kind of person to stray from this. They've done it for a couple years now. I used to be completely against it because I felt like a street date should be just that, a street date. And I do feel like we're going a little bit away from that. Maybe it's subscription services like Game Pass to insinuate people, go ahead and pay for it. You can get it a little early. I'm still a little unsure about how that stuff goes, but it is what it is. Microsoft gonna get their money. And they're not the only people that do it. A couple people do it. But today, it looks like he tweeted at December the 23rd. It is the 24th. And he said 11:53 a.m. He said, update on RedFall's release date. Have heard that it's been pushed back internally by about 6 weeks. Currently targeting early May release. Unfortunate news, but I'm sure it's for the best. So, it looks like 6 weeks from March to May. Now, look, is that disappointing? Yes. It is very disappointing that something like that's damn near at E3. Now, for those of you that keeps up with the industry, last year at E3, well, currently this year at E3, we're still not into 2023. Microsoft came out on that stage and said the next 12 months is all the games that we're going to show here today. So they locked themselves in a box. They did it two ways, really. They locked themselves in a box showing that these games have to come out by 12 months from today, or we're going to make ourselves look bad. And we locked ourselves in another box saying that we're not going to really talk about anything long term because we're so grabbing on just this 12 months thing. I don't like the formula. I hope they abandon it. I don't think they're going to, but so they have till June to get this game out there. Now, look, for those of you that's been following me, I'm a little bit better on this. This game is starting to, win me over a little bit, but I need to see a little bit more in terms of how the co-op works and a little bit more on the story, because it feels like a Left 4 Dead type of scenario. And I'm not the biggest fan of those type of games. I do like a little bit of narrative in it. Now, the loot aspect, depending on how well they do it, they could probably snatch me with that. It is in Game Pass, so we do have a little opportunities with that. But I personally feel like they got to hit this. And it kind of makes me wonder if this has been turned into late. Now, keep in mind, this game was never formally had a release date. They always said 2023. They didn't come out there and give it anything in stone because of stuff like this. Now they have to delay the game internally 6 months. 6 weeks. So they didn't come out there and give that release date, so they were able to go ahead and delay the game. Maybe that was the reason they wasn't at the Video Game Awards, is because they're looking at something like this and they're like, look, we don't know if Redfall is going to make it. Do we go out there and jump out the window by announcing that it's coming out, but then when it doesn't come out that day, it's going to make us look bad? They can't afford to delay these games anymore, you know, officially on the record. They can obviously delay it as much as they want off the record, but as far as delaying it when they've actually formally giving a release date, they can't do that no more. They don't have the recognition or the faith right now. You know, Xbox fans, they're down right now, and I don't blame them, because Microsoft has done a horrible job showing the games that they have been purchasing, that they have been investing into. And it's like I've always said, if you need to sit around and wait for them to show you why you should be investing into the Xbox brand, I have no issues with that. Go ahead, don't buy the Xbox, don't buy none of their games until they show you these is why you need an Xbox, or this is why you need to invest into the Xbox ecosystem or Microsoft ecosystem in general. And I think that's a fair statement. That's a very fair statement. I'm just curious on Starfield. If this game comes out a month before E3, does that mean Starfield's going to hit the shelves before Redfall? And if that's the case, then maybe that's the reason they weren't at the Video Game Awards. Because now, just bear with me, guys. Imagine that you're watching the Video Game Awards and you see Redfall but not Starfield. I think that would, you know, that would get a lot of people annoyed. You know, I think they could show Starfield and not Redfall, and there would still be people like, we want to see more, but at least they showed the one that everyone is really excited about, that has just a lot of general attention and just gaming in general right now. And I think Starfield is that title that Microsoft can't mess up on. But Redfall is important. You know, Redfall could come out there and it could give a good hit, but Starfield has to come out there and they have to throw a spirit bomb. Or they both come out there and they're just solid games. But I don't think that's what Microsoft needs right now. They need to see and to show, we have Redfall coming out, it's going to be a great game, and we have Starfield's going to come out and it's going to blow your socks off. And I think that is what the industry wants right now, and I think that's what people expect out of Microsoft. But you know, put in the comment section below, you know, with this game could potentially coming out, you know, around the May-ish time, it's like I said, I'm going to be very curious if they continue this 12-month thing going into next year, well, into this E3. At that point, it'll be like 3 weeks before whatever show they're going to do. But anyway, put it in the comment section below. I'm very interested to hear you guys' opinion. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.